Now at 10, why Pittsburgh might clarify the definition of recreational equipment. Plus, a design firm leading renovations of the Nevada, Missouri Aquatic Center hosts a public meeting to discuss plans. And
a dinner theater in Carthage is hosting a summer theater camp. I'm Elise Snowy, and I'll have the story.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Freeman Health System is moving its 988 Crisis Center to downtown Joplin. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The 988 Crisis Hotline has been in effect in the U.S. for more than a year now. The Crisis Center in Joplin has expanded into a larger space in downtown and added more staff in the past year, allowing more people in the community to receive the help they need. Joplin Crisis Center receives on average 9,000 crisis calls per year. Up to 1,000 calls require mobile crisis response, allowing the Crisis Center to meet individuals face to face, no matter what the location. The center encourages anyone going through any sort of mental health crisis to pick up the phone and dial 988 to receive the help they need.
If you're struggling, you certainly don't want to heap on even more financial concerns. So that's why the state and the national movement has been to make it easy, accessible, free.
Again, the center encourages anyone in need of help to dial 988. You can walk into the new location at 305 Virginia Avenue. City of Pittsburgh is trying to update the definition of recreational equipment in the city code. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to city officials about what they say is a needed change.
Since 1988, it's against Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances to live in a recreational equipment or vehicle within city limits. Officials say the city's current definition of recreational equipment is too vague.
All this is a simple amendment to some verbiage within that ordinance. We had defined recreational equipment, and this is just some specific verbiage that helps us define that.
The ordinance passed in 1988 defines recreational equipment as an item normally transported for use off the lot. The updated definition will clearly include tents, tarps, or any other material being used as a shelter to camp within city limits.
Without the portion of items such as tents, things like that. It never truly defined smaller items within recreational equipment, so it was left to be questioned, whether within prosecution or within the police department, in situations where they might be addressing.
City officials say they plan to update this definition since June.
We've been saying, and we are not able to permit tent camping within the city limits of Pittsburgh. That is not changing. That won't change. We are just adding specific verbiage so that everyone understands recreational equipment is being defined to include tents.
The City Council vote is scheduled for Tuesday night's meeting. If approved, the new amendment will take effect immediately. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Now, there are some concerns in the community about how this could affect the homeless people there. According to the city, this updated wording is not meant to target them. A design firm hired to renovate the Walton Aquatic Center in Nevada, Missouri today presented concepts and information to the public. The Aquatic Center was built in 1978 and was renovated in 2004. In 2021, it was shut down early and has been closed ever since. Last year, Water's Edge Aquatic Design was hired to inspect the facility and led to the design of new renovations. Community members today were able to learn about those designs and give some input.
The plan is an all-new pool basin. Our assessment said that there was significant damage to pipes and the concrete, that we feel that it makes the most sense to start a new pool shell. The bathhouse has some good years left in it, and we want to modernize that and give it a facelift, so that's going to get renovated, and then it'll be a new pool construction.
The next step in the process will be for Water's Edge to present their designs to the Nevada City Council. If approved, the renovations would be expected to be completed by 2025. Well, we all could use a pool in the days ahead. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to heat up outside once again. Now, we did cool down a bit Friday and Saturday. back near 90 yesterday into lower 90s. 93 was our high today. Average high is 91 degrees. Now we're pretty quiet, so tonight's going to be fine. It's going to stay warm. We're going to stay into the mid 70s, but not much going on across the entire Central Plains. Look at our temps, 78 in Stockton, still 83 in Neosho. We have 80 in Grand Lake, 84 in Chanute, 83 in Neodesha. So through the overnight hours, we drop back eventually down to about 73, right back to 86 by 10 a.m. Now, much warmer for us as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. We're looking at triple-digit heat. We're also going to look at any rain chances as well, all coming up here in just a bit.
See you soon. Part of U.S. Highway 69 in Lynn County, Kansas has been dedicated to a Pleasanton man. Walter Scott Brown served as an aviation machinist mate in the Navy. He was killed during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. A ribbon cutting was held to dedicate it to Brown. The Neosho, Missouri Arts Council is giving people a new way to experience the town's murals. They've launched a new Murals of Neosho guide and descriptive audio tour. The guide includes an interactive map to help people find the murals while also providing additional information. The audio tour will help enhance the experience of viewing the murals by providing more information mixed with historical and cultural narratives. You can access both the guide and audio tour through the Neosho Arts Council's website. Kids in Carthage were able to learn new musical theater skills at a summer theater camp. KOAM's Elise Noe has that story.
Kids in Carthage spent their day singing and dancing at the Stone's Throw Dinner Theater.
They have a little bit of jitters, maybe some stage fright, but that's what we work best with. So what we're doing today is we're going to learn our first song. They're doing some Mary Poppins music and some choreography.
The kids also played acting games and learned how to prepare for an audition.
So I want them to walk away today knowing what to do to prepare for auditions and then how to conduct themselves and do one independently on their own.
Happy to be here. I love these kids. It's a lot of fun, and getting to see the excitement that these kids have getting to be on stage and seeing all the cool props and everything like that, it definitely kind of warms your heart and makes me remember why I do theater with this.
The camp is a way to get kids involved in their community, make new friends, and learn new skills.
I find that the theater camps have really helped kids be able to build some of that confidence in that interaction with not only new people, but even with people in higher positions like adults.
The summer camp will be going on for 2 weeks, with today being the first day. So if you want to join, there's still time.
If something has come up or if you have a vacation going, part of the reason why I really wanted to extend this camp 2 weeks was because lives happen. And so we want people to still be able to participate without having to dedicate every single day to a specific performance.
At the end of the camp, the kids will get a chance to show off their new skills to friends and family. Reporting in Carthage, Elise Noe, KOAM News.
Now again, that theater camp is going to run for 2 weeks at the Stone's Throw Theater. For information on registration, just visit KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, 2 suspects charged in a weekend police chase in the Joplin area. We'll tell you what we know. Plus, a shooting investigation in Lebanon, Missouri leads to a person of interest. Those details ahead on KOAM News at 10. Authorities have charged 2 suspects now in connection with a police chase in the Joplin area Saturday night. They arrested 45-year-old Jamie Hodges of Joplin and 33-year-old Jade Udo of Miami, Oklahoma. Hodges is charged with multiple crimes, including first-degree tampering with a motor vehicle and resisting arrest. He also has 12 active warrants out of multiple counties, including Newton County, Jasper County, Camden County. Uto is charged with second-degree tampering with a motor vehicle. She had city warrants with Webb City and Joplin. The incident happened around 7 p.m. Saturday, south of Joplin. Authorities say they tried to stop a pickup, but the pickup took off and police chased it for more than 20 minutes. Authorities were able to stop it with spike strips at Spurgeon and Gateway. The truck then drove a little farther on its rims. Look at that. It sparked a grass fire. The pickup was reported stolen out of Tulsa. Police in Lebanon, Missouri found a man with a gunshot wound or wounds after they were called to reports of shots fired yesterday. Police now say they have a person of interest in that case. 46-year-old Derek Alexander is wanted by Lebanon police. Authorities say it appears the victim and shooter know each other. No word yet on the victim's name or condition. A man that Tulsa police say shot and killed 3 women, including one who was holding his infant child, has been arrested and identified now by police. Authorities say Caleb Benson is responsible for the shooting in an apartment complex this morning. Benson turned himself in just before 8 a.m. When authorities arrived at the scene, they confirmed the deaths of 3 women. The baby was shot and injured while his mother was holding him. The last report, that baby had gone through surgery and was expected to survive. Authorities identified the victims as the suspect's ex-girlfriend, 38-year-old Ashley Atwell, also 20-year-old Annaway McKay and 19-year-old Sarah Gonzalez. Delaware County, Oklahoma authorities conducted 2 search warrants on marijuana grow operations. Authorities say they confiscated more than 7,400 plants and more than 1,800 pounds of marijuana worth more than $9 million. The warrants were served at addresses previously associated with Premium Leaf Production and Rainbow Flowers LLC. Authorities have arrested 1 person so far. A federal judge has ordered the Kansas Highway Patrol to stop using its infamous Kansas two-step technique. The proactive practice involves troopers buying time during traffic stops to get a drug-sniffing dog to the location. The district court ruled the practice violates the Fourth Amendment and said the KHP has, quote, waged war on motorists, especially out-of-state residents traveling between Colorado and Missouri on Federal Highway I-70 in Kansas, end quote. A little later, a familiar face earns the spot as the new Riverton, Kansas softball head coach.
Plus, the heat kicks in even more over the next few days. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a decent Monday for us today. We had the clouds during the morning, a few scattered showers, sunshine during the afternoon, and we did start to heat back up as we got into lower 90s for afternoon highs. But overall, not a bad Monday. Weekend, of course, we cooled down just a little bit. Nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We need some rain. We've had scattered bouts of rain, even some heavy amounts of rain, especially if we go back a few days ago. It just hasn't been widespread enough. 1.27 inches for the month of July. We're over 10 inches below where we should be for this time of the year. And if you go back to last July, we're 25 inches below, and that's why we've had the drought issues across the region. Still warm, most of us upper 70s to lower 80s. We'll drop back mid 70s for us later on tonight. Sitting at 81, it feels like 84. Visibility is good. South wind at about 5 to 10. In fact, those are going to get cranking up as we go through the next couple days. Clear skies, not too much is going on here. Any showers we had earlier, those have been racing off toward the east, already across the Ohio River Valley, heading away from us. We've been focusing on our big dome of high pressure. It retrograded over the weekend. Now it's moving back in, which means the heat is going to start to pump back in as we go through the next few days. So let's go through time. We'll stop on Wednesday. High pressure just kind of hanging out across the southern Rockies, giving us this heat each and every afternoon. Hangs out there on Thursday, hangs out there on Friday. In fact, as we head into the weekend, it moves even a little bit closer. Now, what this usually does is it keeps most of the big waves well to our north. Every now and then we get a few showers that rotate in, but overall, this week in general looks fairly dry. All right, let's step through time. We're going to stop at about 7 o'clock in the morning. Mid 70s to start your day. As we go through the morning, we're going to get some mid and upper level clouds, but lower 90s by the noon hour. Once we get into the afternoon, 100 in Stockton, 100 in Carthage, 98 in Neosho, Grand Lake 96, Pittsburgh 100, Yates Center 100. So it gets hot for us tomorrow. A lot of clouds stick around tomorrow night. There could be an isolated shower or two, and even on Wednesday, an isolated shower or two, but most of us are going to end up staying dry. Upper 80s to near 90 by the noon hour on Wednesday, and once we get into Wednesday afternoon, here we do go again. High temps right around 100 degrees, so it gets hot. Day planner for you, 75 to start, 92 by noon. High temp 100 for us tomorrow. Plus, it's going to be kind of windy. Look at these southerly winds kicking in. Gusts kind of in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range tomorrow, so like a hot hair dryer. And then again, gusts 25 to 30 by the time we head into Wednesday. We don't have a lot of chances for rain, but the heat does stick around. Look at this, triple digit heat on Thursday, or at least hanging out near 100. Chance for rain Thursday night, back up right around 100 once again as we go into Friday afternoon. So if you are going to be outside this week, just make sure you drink plenty of fluids. 102 Wednesday, 102 Thursday, 103 Friday. We'll just keep the trend going through the weekend into early next week. Maybe some cool 90s by the middle of next week.
Yeah, dropping down to maybe a high of 98.
Yeah, there you go.
Won't that be a welcome relief? Thanks, Doug. It's not just here with those 100-degree temps Doug talked about. July is on its way to becoming the hottest month on Earth ever, and there's no relief in sight for a lot of places. Reporter Christian Benavides has the latest.
In Florida, a homeless organization is doing its part to make sure no one lacks water in the burning heat.
I don't remember a time where more lives were at risk than right now.
Floridians are used to hot summers, but with the feels-like temperature around 113 degrees, they say this is hard to handle.
I used to be able to be in the sun, take the heat, but it just feels like I'm getting burned every time that I'm out.
Phoenix is in its fourth week of temperatures soaring past at least 110 Fahrenheit.
Feels like an oven.
Classes started last week at this high school in Tempe, Arizona.
We've required several cool zone spaces at every one of our campuses, especially this year.
And it's not even close to over. The National Weather Service says excessive heat will continue in southern Arizona and California through Wednesday.
I do my business in the morning so I can stay cooler after 12.
Nevada, Utah, and Florida are also forecast to remain sizzling hot at least through midweek. While in Miami, tortoises are getting cool showers, elephants are chewing on ice, it's all happening at the zoo to keep the animals from overheating. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
John Dale's here now. Riverton softball's bringing on a familiar face as its next head coach.
Yeah, that's right. The former two-time state champ at Riverton is taking over the program. Hear from her next. And Pitt State and Missouri Southern football head to Kansas City for a special event tomorrow. Those stories and more right after the break. In spring of 2017, Riverton High School laid claim to its second consecutive state championship in softball, and a big contributor on both of those teams was Taylor Compton, who continued her career at South Dakota State, then on to Pitt State, and now she's taking over the head coaching position at her alma mater. The high school announces this weekend that former state champ will be the next head coach at Riverton, and Compton says even in the early going, she's received plenty of support from everyone in Riverton.
I feel like I have a really strong sense of community support. I know that Coach Fuller is 30 minutes up the road, which is really just a great feeling to have, knowing that she's right there. Coach Mitchell, he's in my back corner, always there to help me out. The school board, we just got a new superintendent, Dr. Cooper, and so far he's been amazing, so really excited about him. But yes, the whole Riverton community is just really supportive of each other, and that's a great feeling to have.
The Mink League playoffs begin tonight, but the Outlaws have the day off because of winning their division, which means they await the winner of the South's wild card game. That one being played tonight between Sedalia and Jeff City. Well, it just wrapped up, and the Jefferson City Renegades will be the ones that move on to the divisional round in Joplin tomorrow. Now, these two very familiar with each other. It's the 9th meeting of the year between the two of them. The Outlaws do hold the season advantage 5-3. And for a more accurate understanding of the entire playoff picture, there on your screen, you see it right now, the Mink League postseason bracket, today's wild card games, tomorrow's divisional round games, both of those one game, win or go home, but if the Outlaws do win, they'd move on to the championship, which is best 2 out of 3. We'll keep you updated on Joplin's playoff run as long as it lasts this week. And football season nearly here. In less than 24 hours, every team from the MIAA will take the stage in Kansas City to preview their 2023 season. Pitt State head coach Brian Wright along with O-lineman Trace Jeffries and safety Michael Lacey, will speak at 1:15. Then Missouri Southern head coach Atiba Bradley, wideout Jadon Stoshak, and D-lineman Salamona Fatuau take the stage at 1:30. Stay tuned on mine and Brock Baldridge's Twitter and Facebook pages to hear from the Lions and the Gorillas. And rounding things out with Major League Baseball, 1 week away from the trade deadline, no major moves by the Cardinals or Royals, but both of them playing tonight. St. Louis on the road in Arizona. That one's still going on. Adam Wainwright making his first start in 3 weeks. Allowed 2 earned runs on a limited pitch count, but really good outing for him. Only a couple more innings or so left in the tank. Meanwhile, Royals wrapped things up a couple hours ago. They win on the road at Cleveland. Salvi Perez hits his 200th career home run, along with Michael Garcia going yard as well. Royals have now won 2 in a row over the Guardians. That's a look at sports. We're back after this.
Really hope your air conditioner is in good shape, because it is going to get a workout over the next week and a half or more.
It is really heating up for us this week. Right around 100, if not a little bit above, each and every day. Not a lot of rain chances, just kind of some hit and miss scattered showers and thunderstorms. But really over at least the next 7 or 8 days, no relief in sight.
Final sports note.
Tomorrow, going to be a very exciting day in sports. Early in the afternoon, we hear from Pitt State football, Missouri Southern football, and then tomorrow evening, Outlaws season is on the line. If they win, they go to the championship. If they lose, season over.
Wow. Yeah, a lot coming up. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.